crap. Gotta heat this up more. Hello, hello, and welcome to the second episode of Tiki Room Radio. Tonight we're going to be playing a game called This or That, and I got to get Marc in here, so let me pull up and make sure co-hosting is on. Co-hosting is on, and multi-guests. There we go. Okay. I gotta make sure. Allow requests from viewers. Okay, perfect. Perfect. And there we go. All right. Hey, what's happening, everybody? My name is Kirk, and we're going to do a Tiki Room Radio. Just waiting for Mr. Marc to get in here, and he's going to have to invite himself because we've elected to make a decision to do multi-guest. You're going to wonder, what the heck is that? Well, if you've seen us the past this past week, we've been doing co-hosted battles to try to increase our points. Well, we're kind of thinking, like, honestly, that incentivizes a lot of gifting behavior, and we'd rather just earn it on merit. So what we've elected to do, also for the format of the show, is to go multi-guest. Multi-guest is not a co-host. That way we can have a joint chat as well as polling that's together. So that'll make it a little bit easier and more symbiotic, even though it squishes the chat down real small, which I'm not crazy about. It still is better than going co-host and having two split audiences. We'd rather merge everything together. Fully recovered from yesterday, yes. Also, fun fact, beignets heat up surprisingly well in the microwave. Like, really, really well. So, if you're missing them and you want to bring them home, definitely a good choice. So, all right, where's Marc at? What's going on here, dude? Late to his own show. Just kidding. I don't think he realizes that he needs to not be live. I think he's live right now, is probably it. I'm going to tell him that he can't do Yeah, you're correct, Jackie. That's why I had to. No, I got him. I brought him in and then dipped him out. Hey, we're still figuring things out here. Jeez, my hair. We just put the girls down for bed, and my hair is a mess. Here he is. There we go. Now I can actually invite him. And then... Uh-oh. Did he just yeet himself? What happened? The guest has already gone offline. Yo, guys, remember that time that we were trying to run a radio show on TikTok and we failed miserably multiple times? Oh, Kristen Disney. Wow. You have changed it up. I like it. I like the new name. That's good. Oh, hang on. Here he is. Oh, wow. We might have to do co-host. This is like the Museum of the Weird. Hang on. Honestly, bro, that's going to be a good one. Because I have a very good, instead of poker face, I have a very good Sapak face. So I don't really react to any of your stuff. Oh, hang on. Hey now, let's see if this panel works. Hey Marc, it's good to see you. Maybe, are you there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
I did this. I changed things up slightly and put you in a panel, which interestingly enough did make the chat bigger. I don't know if you are you big on yours and small, and am I small on yours?
Or
are you
tiny.
small on yours? You look deflated.
I'm so small.
Okay, all right. Now I'm going to try to move it away from panel to grid, switching layout. Easy does it. Easy, Marc.
What do I do? What do I do with my hands?
This is just proof that we're not touching and messing with anything.
What do I do?
It's so funny. Like when you know, they roll out new features for things. It's always really buggy. So here we are trying to fix it and figure it out. Now you're
we're both
medium.
medium.
Well, this is kind of how co-hosting. I mean, this is very similar to how co-hosting looks. It's just they have the really big chat thing. Yeah, you got to read quicker. The other thing too is scrolling is tough for us because we can only see one as well. But we do get two benefits of this. One, everybody's together. Yay! Merged audiences. Because if we didn't do multi-guest, you would have no idea who is saying what. So it's so hard to mod with a tiny chat. Yeah, well, you know what? It's also hard to read everything. Are you just writing everything down? Your hand's gonna cramp up, dude.
How was your day? Before we officially kick off the show, let's social niceties, man. How was your day?
My day was lovely. It was absolutely lovely. A little bit of rain, but perfectly a-okay. And also, side note, everybody, that I had sent in the Discord, that water sommelier, that guy has made me now buy spring water, and we tried out 2 spring waters today. One was called Flow, and it tasted like metal. And then the other one was Evian, and it was delightful, and it makes me want to throw my Brita out a window. So
doing the
thank
bull
you,
dance.
water sommelier, for
Feeling the
making
flow.
me. Dude, it was not good. It was like in a cardboard tube. Who would have thought that like water was that particular?
I'm not a fan
How
of the
about you? How was your day?
Also,
do me a favor and hand me that mug.
also very rainy today. We got like 2 inches of rain here in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it was insurance-y. I got in my 5K. I've been doing a 5K a day, and I'm training for some races. I did the virtuals, the Disney Frozen virtual series that I'm going to do in June.
Now, can we talk about that, because
Let's talk about that.
You sent me like this amazing, dude, I got into both the 5K and the 10K for the wine and dash or whatever they call that,
Yeah.
right? And it immediately sent shivers and panic up my spine that I didn't get in because I didn't even remember the date. So can you give some advice for how to remember, or how complex or how easy it is to get into these things?
All right, so
I would also, the second part to that is the virtual one. What's that all about?
Okay, so the first thing is you have to, the only way is, because it's an arbitrary thing, you have to set an iCalendar reminder the day of. And then you got to attack the thing like it's Rise of the Resistance. And that's pretty much anything that's coveted at Disney. You just got to be there and rope drop it. And they opened up the virtual queue for Run Disney's registration about 8 minutes prior to 10 o'clock. And you got on the website, you got into a virtual queue, and then it gave you a countdown. It said you can register for the races in 20 minutes. And it was like when you're registering for a lot of events, you know how you get the graphic that's just like an animated GIF? And it winds up saying, like, you're in line. We will help you in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then once you did that, then you got in and you could pick any of the races that you want. You could register for the races, but both the 5K and the 10 were sold out within the hour. It was like 45 minutes and they were already sold out.
Yeah. So, well, okay, that makes me feel better because Rise sells out in less than like 4 minutes. And that's, dude, I just found that... not so breaking news, but I was talking to tour guide Barbie earlier today, and she was telling me that, no joke, you have no shot at getting Rise of the Resistance as a paid Fast Pass if you are staying off property. What does that mean? That means the only way you will ever get a individual lightning lane, these are the a la carte lightning lanes for Rise of the Resistance at Hollywood Studios, will be to stay on Disney property and purchase it at 7 a.m. And also, here's another fun fact. At 7 a.m., you can have 2 people on the same account, or 2 people that are combined on the accounts. One can get an individual lightning lane, and the other one can get your regular Genie Plus lane at the same exact time. And that's highly suggestive to do that, especially if you're trying to get Rise and, let's say, Slinky at the same time.
Okay, so Hope just asked a question in the comments, and she said she really wants to do the 5K. So on to the second topic. So right now, there's a virtual 5K series that Disney is doing, Run Disney's doing. I can look it up right now and see if it's still actually available or if that's sold out. And what that is, it's a great entry level. You don't have to go to Disney in order to run. You sign up. There are 3 5K races that Disney's offering. All of them have amazing bling. They have Frozen bling. The series starts on June 1st, and I want to say it ends in August. And it's a 5K, so you can do up to 3 challenges, 3 5Ks. And then what I would recommend is there's a lot of good couch to 5K programs, but the nice thing is you can do it in your home. You don't have to fly to Disney to do it. It's a great way to set a fitness goal or just set a goal for yourself. And the Disney Bling is a wonderful reward. So, okay, let me see if it's still available. Run Disney Virtual Series. They are not sold out yet. So, the original Classic has an Olaf medal, and again, all of these are June 1st to August 31st. So the Classic has a medal with Olaf, or no, that's Sven and Kristoff. The second one is the Heroic Sequel. Same thing, you could do it anytime between June 1st and August 31st, and that's Elsa. And then there's the Broadway Hit, and that's, again, same thing, June 1st or August 31st, as long as you complete the race inside that window. The medal is Anna and Elsa. And then if you do all 3 5Ks, if you do the challenge and you do all 3 5Ks in the course of the summer, you get a virtual challenge medal, and that is Olaf. It's a gold Olaf medal. The
Thank
challenge
you, Justin,
cost
for the clarity as well. He threw that into the chat, so
yep.
Nicely done, Justin.
And the Run Disney Virtual Challenge is $159.90, but you get 4 medals for that price. One race is $47.97 each. But you get a bib, they give you mile markers, they give you a bunch of stuff to set up a course at home, and then you can run. You can run, you can run, you can run.
Ooh, hey, we're already getting those pipes. You get them warmed up already?
There you go.
So speaking of which, I was thinking about because we obviously can't use. Thank you, Kristen. Appreciate
Thank you,
that.
Kristen.
Little love. Have you saved your favorite ones so far? Have you saved the effects still work in here, which is nice, even though we're in like a much
I have
truncated. Yeah, you can save under enhance, under effects. You can actually save things, which is pretty sweet.
I kind of like this. Well, I mean, clearly my favorite will be the orange. Wreck-It Ralph is one of my go-tos.
And the hearts. Those are the only 3 that I have saved are the hearts, Wreck-It Ralph. Although Wreck-It Ralph for me has turned into like me being a stereotypical Italian from Jersey, which is, kind of on brand.
Now, where's the
Thank you,
enhance
Kristen.
button? Where's the enhance button on this?
Bottom right, as always.
The little, all I have is multi-gas, rose, gift, and then I've got this arrow.
Wow.
I've got like a share arrow. Man, I'm
You got to update your TikTok.
I'm not getting any of the love.
I'll do all the hearts for you. Here, hang on. Wait, you're over here, aren't you? On yours? No, we're on the same one on this one.
We're on the
not
same
reversed.
wavelength.
There we go. We're on the same
It kind of looks like a potato.
But small potato. All right.
Right.
I love when you do intros. You're so much better at it than me. So without further ado, I give you Marc Valentine.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tiki Room Radio. Thank you so much for joining us here in our tropical hideaway. I'm joined in the Tiki Room studio by the one and only Walrus, Kirk Lavecchia. Kirk, what is up? Walrus Carp in the house.
Aloha, fam. Just chilling with Tucker, which, by the way, Tucker went missing in the parks, not for sale, but I saw him the other day in the Adventure Pavilion, or the American Pavilion. To the right of the American Adventure, there's like a little kind of gift shop that has a bunch of artwork, and guess who was there? The very controversial Tucker, who had been removed from Disney parks due to the TikTok controversy. But he was there. And then we could always see him in the Tiki Room.
I like it. So, big shout out and thank you to the Pocket Fam for creating tonight's debate topics. If you're new to Tiki Room Radio, make sure you're following either Walrus Carp or me. Make sure you're just following Walrus Carp. If you want to follow Uncle Marc, he always is. It's always appreciated, never expected. But thank you to the Pocket Fam for creating these questions. If you're new to Tiki Room Radio, we are a Disney debate show. The topics have been chosen by the Walrus Carp Discord community. Kirk and I have gotten a little bit of a glimpse on Discord. We have chosen some for this evening's debate. We have 5 topics. If I am getting housed, It's the first person to 3, and they win. The debate rules are pretty simple. You, the viewers, are going to vote on who is the winner of tonight's debate. We will flip a coin. Whoever wins the coin toss gets to pick first topic, and then we alternate. When Kirk picks a topic, I automatically, by default, have to defend the second topic.
Are we still flipping a Spira? Ooh, love it. So spires up his heads, and then
spires up his heads.
Okay, all right. Well, you can call it in the air. Go for it.
I'll call it this time around. I'm going to lose, but I will call it in the air.
Don't manifest that into reality, cuz.
All right. Tails. And it is tails never fails. So I'm going to get to...
I'm going to lose. Yeah, that worked out.
All right, so I'm going to pick first. Thank you again, and I'm just going the order that I wrote. The first topic is coming to us from Jackie. Jackie had so many good debate topics that she threw into the Discord. And Kirk, tell them where they can find all of this stuff so that next week they can participate.
Yeah, so the easiest, fastest way is to just click either Walrus Carp above my head or on this little tiny section if you joined with Marc. So that would be the fastest way, and look into our links, or just type Walrus Carp /links and you will see the second button is for Discord. What is Discord? It's basically a chat room. And somebody in here, I believe, went by the name Hart, said, I'm going to Disney. I need some help. First of all, brother, I wish you all the luck in the world, because Disney is way more challenging now than ever. But that's the reason why we created a community, because there's only one of me, there's only one of Marc, there's only one of a lot of us. But if we combine us all together, we have this huge, huge mindset that can be able to help and appreciate all those that have things that they have specific questions. Very, very general question. But the Discord is really a great resource for you to ask all those sorts of questions that either myself or Jackie or Marc or the, oh gosh, I believe we're up to almost 450 members after being around for less than a month. So it's, and everybody's really, really cool. The vibes are very chill, you know?
Chill vibes. Nothing but chill vibes over there in Discord.
Yeah.
All right, dude. So here we go. Straight from the Discord community. Thank you to Jackie for proposing this one. Kirk, the first topic is going to be the Great Movie Ride versus Runaway Railway. I do have a stake in this fight, and I am, for that reason, going to choose Runaway Railway. All right. Tell me when, and start the clock, and then we're going to get...
Hang on. I was reading comments while you were talking, so I wasn't even listening. What's our... It's Runaway Railway versus Great Movie Ride.
Great Movie Ride. I'm taking Great...
How do I get the comments thing out of here? TikTok, why do you do this to me, dude? All right, I'm just going to send nothing right now. Literally, I'm going to write nothing.
Do nothing. Just do nothing. Take your own advice. Take your beignet advice. Do nothing.
I am clearly not good at my own advice. Wow, that was really complicated. Do you know if you press the comment button, it will hold you in there until you actually type something? So good for you to know on the back end of this. Let me get the timer out. Set the timer on there. You go first. Which you're picking Runaway Railway? Is that correct?
Yeah, we said 2 minutes, and then what was it? 2 minutes, 1? How did we work this last week? I only need a minute. Let's keep it moving.
All right, ready? Let's do 1 minute, 30.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
Sounds good to me.
3, 2, 1 minutes on the clock.
As a fan of the Great Movie Ride, I never thought that I would be picking Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I'm a fan of movies. I'm a former actor. I love Hollywood. But the thing is that people just don't associate with movies or with Hollywood. And a lot of the films that were in the Great Movie Ride were really outdated. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is a trackless ride. The technology is amazing. You walk into a living cartoon, and it's something that appeals to all ages. My kid would never leave the Great Movie Ride and feel excited about what they saw. It was something that appealed to my generation, and I get it. It was an original attraction. But Runaway Railway is reinventing the space. It is pushing Imagineering forward in an even better direction, and it's using technology that the parks deserve to have at this state in the game in this century with which we live. The other thing is, it's Mickey's first ever attraction, and he got exactly what he deserved and the caliber of attraction that he deserved on his first ever ride. Right to the wire, man. Boom.
It's all right. It's going off. It's going off. All right. Tough one. I like that. I actually would choose your side as well on this if I had an option, because I do think that it was a positive jump. But here we go. Here we go. Great movie ride. Why it's better? Let's go. All right, so first of all, let's talk about the fact that Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway has to have throwbacks. So I saw in the comments Kristen saying it has a tornado. Well, guess what? We had the Wizard of Oz. So I don't know if you know anything, but the Wizard of Oz doesn't happen without Dorothy getting spun up in a tornado. And also, kids need to recognize that there is a canon of amazing, amazing film cinema that is being lost. These kids only watch YouTube, they only watch streaming, and guess what, kids? Netflix doesn't have everything. You should learn about some of the things that created and paved the way for amazing, amazing actors and actresses that you enjoy right now. The other thing, too, is I like thrills. I like a little bit of a scare. I know you're saying that it's a little bit boring, but I was terrified when Ripley would be sitting there with a flamethrower and there was a giant alien coming out of the sky. Now, remember, I'm a big fan of Alien Encounter, so I like a little bit of fear with my rides. And we don't really get a lot of that in Disney. Plus, it was like OG trackless.
Very well done, dude. Very well done. I know you didn't believe it, but you sold me on it. You really sold me on it. Nice job.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that because I know that like detracts, but yeah. All right, ready? You have a 30-second rebuttal. Time is on the clock. Get after it, dude.
There were a lot of great scenes in the Great Movie Ride. I will give you Alien. I will give you the shootout. But there were a lot of sleepers too, man. Let's face it. That there were maybe 3 or 4 good scenes. I did enjoy The Wizard of Oz. I really did enjoy Alien. I really did enjoy the Western shootout. But other than that, some of the scenes were just, I'm going to say it, lackluster. And they chose films that are from a bygone era and, again, do not connect with the audience at large. It just was a snoozer.
That was an awful rebuttal. Terrible. Can we talk about for the first 18 seconds of his rebuttal, he talked about all the 3 scenes that he really loved and enjoyed from the attraction that should still be there, that people would still enjoy today. The truth is, there are so many fun cast member interactions. The cast members here actually got speaking roles. I loved when the Jungle Cruise actually had live cast members. And oh, guess what? Living with the Land also had live cast members. Those things were so enjoyable to me, and I feel like everything just being pre-recorded loses the magic.
Nice, man. Nice.
That was the skin of my teeth.
You got it, though. You got it in. You got it in. All right, let's...
Dude, this is like bringing me back to mock trial days, probably Model UN for you. Feeling it?
I love it. I love it, man.
Okay, hang on. We can start a QA here. And I did see on here, and I there wasn't time while we were doing our debate to discuss it. The reason why we elected to use the format of multi-guest is that we can merge the audiences together rather than there being 2 separate conversations going on in the chat. And I know the chat is very tiny, but at least we can actually see each other communicate and everyone is together rather than being completely separated. The other part is we would also have separated polls. So anytime we would vote on anything, we would have to do all this like weird math behind the scene recount, which I don't know about you, but I'm not a fan of a hanging chat. So we can leave it all here and have transparency. That is a history teacher joke. If you know what I'm talking about,
I enjoyed it.
Florida. So,
I enjoyed it.
All right. Let's do an interact. And you know what? Because you won the coin flip, we're going to say Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is going to be a smile. And the Great Movie Ride is going to be sad. So if you want Mickey and Minnie, and this isn't about the ride, this is about the debate. Because I think we all have preferences, but you're going to put a smile if you want Mickey and Minnie's, and you're going to do a sad face if you'd rather have, based on the conversation tonight, Great Movie Ride.
To be completely and totally honest,
I don't think you can say this. I don't think you can say this right now. If you're saying
no, I was going to say
okay.
No, I was going to say they were both fantastic uses of the space. They were both very worthy attractions. I think they both have amazing qualities to them. I could have easily have argued both of them. And you and I have talked about the Great Movie Ride that I wish that it had stuck around and that we had gotten Runaway Railway in a separate space. So,
where there was that debate that the launch bay was a proposed location to potentially be back there. And I don't know how much backstage extra room they would need to be able to stack that attraction. And they probably would have had to organize it. A little bit of a nail biter, but I actually think that was relatively close, right? So 22 goes 15, to the champ. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which I personally do think that for kids, because I do think about Disney with kids first, and I think the Great Movie Ride is a little long in the tooth, needed to be at least updated with scenes of movies that were more on par. So if they would have done like a Marvel and a Star Wars and just updated the Great Movie Ride with the movies of today's generation, I think it could have had longevity. But they instead elected to do the nouveau Mickey Mouse to try to push that IP further, which I think honestly is not really hitting on a mass scale. I think people still are nostalgic for Mickey. The new Mickey is a little bit too Ren and Stimpy, Rocko's Modern Life, rather than like Mickey. And maybe that's because the millennial likes a little bit of edge, and then that brings the kids in. I don't know. What's your thoughts?
As a child of the 90s, I do enjoy the Ren and Stimpy, Rocko's Modern Life animated style and kind of like slapstick.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Almost inappropriate gag of what Mickey has become, Mickey and Friends. I love Vacation Fun for that reason. But I mean, again, I realize I'm the exception to the rule. Most people do not like it. They like a little bit more classic when they're talking about the Fab Five.
Well, don't you think the reason why they've dedicated that entire theater is to try to push people to actually enjoy the IP? Because all they're doing is showcasing clips, right? It's a montage of all these episodes to the point where you go, okay, I kind of want to see that. And actually, the same thing happened to me. That was the first time that I was ever experienced to that style of Mickey animation. And I said, wow, Potato Land, that's awesome. And it's by far the best of the series. And then also, is it... Croissant de Triomphe, which is all in French, beautifully done. I actually really like the new Mickey, but I understand why a lot of people kind of reject it.
I get it. All right, so I'm going to have my work cut out for me. I'm glad that I got off to a little bit of an early lead because I know that you're always at your best when you're in the pole position and you have first. So it's a food category, and I feel like you will excel at this. I want to give you a little bit of an advantage here. Again, from the Discord community, the second topic, and you're going to get to pick first, Woody's Lunchbox or Pizza Rizzo? Rizzo.
I'm going to go the road. I love this because it allows me to argue for things that I think are not necessarily the most popular. So that's what makes me super, super happy. Tanika, what's going on? So I'm going to pick Pizza Rizzo. Which I think is a rogue. I think that's see? Shock and awe, people. I could have went for the easy victory of Woody's Lunchbox, but nay. I actually think Pizza Rizzo.
He's going to work for it.
All
hey,
right,
listen, Barstool said it's a 7.2, so like you have someone on your side.
You already started my argument for me. I totally forgot that dude even existed. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, on the clock. All right, so first up, it's really challenging to get into Woody's Lunchbox, right? And okay, it's also blazing hot in the sun. So who wants to be melted on Earth for 45 minutes just to wait for your mobile order that may or may not come? It's probably the slowest quick service that experiences in Hollywood studios. If you have kids, do you really want to hang around in Toy Story Mania with literally it feels like you're in Andy's backyard, or not Andy's backyard, in Sid's backyard being melted with a magnifying glass in Toy Story. Now let's get to the good parts of Pizza Rizzo. Pizza Rizzo, they have an amazing just environment, right? And the Muppets are hysterical. It's always easy to get in there. The food, the pizza I think is decent. Do I think it's Barstool? No. Do I think it's the greatest pizza I've ever had? No. Is it still good pizza for Disney? Yeah. Also, Florida pizza stinks in general. But their cannolis are really, really good. I actually like their salads there too. And upstairs, you can go hang and listen to 80s and 90s junk food music in the banquet hall.
Okay, nice job, man.
Dude, I always feel like an auctioneer. I feel like an auctioneer in this thing. Like it's like cycling your statements, you know?
Well, we have to make it challenging. We talk for a living, so we have to add an element of a degree of difficulty. You can't just blather on. If we didn't have a time limit, we could make an argument and not have to, like there's no gamesmanship then. We gotta feel the crunch.
It's much more fun, and I actually think 1 minute is a better format versus 2. Keeps it fresh, keeps it moving. We kind of have this dialogue anyway, but you ready, Biscotti?
I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, Woody's Lunchbox.
Okay, while the service at Woody's Lunchbox is admittedly not the fastest, there's a reason why it's not fast, and that's because it is very crowded. The reason that it's very crowded, it is comfort food on steroids. tachos, adult lemonade, the Pop-Tart. You have the grilled cheese, which is a really solid option. It's family friendly. Everyone loves the options there. It is a staple for the park. Whenever people talk about the quick service or what is the sort of flagship quick service in that park, Woody's Lunchbox always comes to mind. I understand nobody likes to eat out in the heat. It may be one of the things that is not great about the location, but they are adding more shade to the area. They're adding more canopies. They are trying to make a concerted effort so that the guest experience and the quality of the food start to match more. Woody's Lunchbox is just a great go-to, and everyone in the family will enjoy what they offer. I yield.
It's good, man. Under the clock, too. I like that. Very strong. All right, rebuttal. 30 seconds
Thank
coming
you,
on
Slay.
the clock.
Okay.
First of all, yeah, your place was poorly designed. Poorly designed. Ours has plenty of space, also upstairs, also bathrooms, also fuel rods. And there's a great little balcony that overlooks one of the most well-designed fountains in all of Disney property. Plus, it's really cool to see Gonzo clock if you need a little reprieve and some time. The real big thing, though, about Pizza Rizzo is it's fun and it's relaxed. You need a break, not more stress when you're eating.
Wow. Okay.
It is.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'll say it later after
All
we're done
right.
the poll. It's not fair. But all right, ready? 3, 2, boom. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, we are talking about quick service. Who needs relaxed? I need good food. When we're talking about quick service, I want to eat quickly, I want to eat well, and I want to be on my way. I want to be on Slinky Dog Dash. I want to be on. I want to be on the Alien Swirling Saucers. I almost used the acronym, and I was like, "Oh, we don't need to be taken off." And I want to be on Toy Story Mania. I'm in the middle of one of the more fun places in the park. I don't want to be sitting down and having a table service. I almost said the acronym. I was like, "Don't say it. Don't say it."
I also thought you were gonna say I want to be on you. You were like going down this weird path of things you were
No,
on.
I couldn't remember the full name of the ride. I'm like, Dad. I'm like, oh, don't say it. The minute that you start, you're gonna
my
lose the
gosh.
name of the ride. Oh, sorry, everybody.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
the
So
best
remember,
ride acronym ever.
we are not voting on in this entirety. I mean, you could do whatever you want, right? Live your truth. But the truth, what we're trying to do here is see who has the better argument. Take a different side or an understanding of some of these places rather than just like straight up
Yep.
what do you like versus what you don't, right?
Yeah,
So,
vote on the game. Vote on the
yeah,
game.
this is
not
more right. That's no. Better phrasing.
Yep,
Okay,
vote on the
so
game, and not where your heart lies. Because again, the whole point is we all have bias, we all have favorites. Vote on the game. Vote for the person who you felt represented, even if it's something they don't believe in. Vote for the person who constructed the best debate.
all right, much like getting the first words in, the first person who speaks gets the first poll answer. I feel like that's a positive
I
thing,
like
'cause
that,
that's
yep.
also an advantage, right? So Pizza Rizzo is going to be a smile, and Woody's is going to be tears. So Pizza Rizzo, smiles, Woody, tears. Here we go. Dude, this has nothing to do with anything except for I just wish it was easier to eat at Woody's. That's all. I'm not gonna say anything else because it's like not appropriate during
No,
this
it's
voting
hard.
time. But
Yeah,
that's I just wish because you're not wrong. The food is
It's
exceptional there.
It's exceptional, and for that reason, it's very popular. So you have to think ahead on when you want to get your window.
Dude, if you
And
want to eat at noon or 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, like normal times that people eat, you have to put that in at like 9 a.m. Like
9 a.m. Yeah.
Dude, I put in at 7 a.m. once a mobile order for a lunchbox tart at 10 o'clock, and I still waited about 6 minutes for my mobile order. And it was already in, it was done. Like, what do they have to do? They literally have to just grab the tart and throw it at me, and it just gets jammed. And I think they do everything on site there. Ooh, a little bit more divided. So the last one I think was like 22-14, and this was 24-14. So a little bit more of an edgewise. And I will say this in all truth: if you have young kids, Woody's is great, but if you go there and you don't plan ahead and you don't put your mobile order in for the middle of the day, you are going to be waiting until 4 or 5 o'clock at night to eat at
Yeah.
Woody's. So just abandon it if it's earlier on in your day and it's like 10 o'clock and you're like, oh, I'd like to eat at Woody's. You've already lost that battle for the middle of the day. Just focus on dinner if you still want to eat at Woody's. So just put in something for later on that you want to try. Also, I don't know how they call them tachos when they can't call them tots trademark wise. They call them potato barrels, which also kind of bothers me.
Yeah. Now, I've heard, and again, I'm not a Disneylander, but I've heard from multiple people that have given me the advice that in Disneyland, know where you want to eat around lunchtime and start to order your food at like 8 and 9 in the morning for like the middle of the day if you're going to be doing a mobile order.
That's so stressful. Like the whole entire time, you're just all you're doing is thinking about. I mean, listen, one thing about Disney depression is, leaving a trip is really, really bad. But if you want to extend a trip, planning a trip can extend your, like Jackie right now, she's planning, she's still in the last minute stages of planning her trip. And to me, that extends your trip so much more. So like I can see a once in a while trip where I would spend, 4 to 5 months planning a Disneyland trip to make sure I try to get all the very specific important things. But I don't know, dude. Like Disneyland is
It's
like
a different
locals,
ecosystem.
It's a locals park. It's never really crowded in the morning, which is weird. It's almost always in the afternoon and nighttime. It's super crowded. So I don't know.
It's like a Dodgers game, man. I mean, everybody leaves in the 7th inning to avoid the traffic.
That's it. Amy, or AV in here, Ames, if you're having trouble, just exit out and exit back in. That usually clears things up in TikTok. Usually what I do, too, is I'll exit out of a live, and then I'll completely close down my app and then reopen my app. TikTok is super, super wonky, and it'll get better, but we're still in the growing pains of TikTok for sure.
Okay, ready? I really like this one, and this one is,
Love Ohana,
again, from
Matt.
Jackie. So, Frozen
Love
sing-along or the Beauty and the Beast stage show over at Disney's Hollywood Studios? I get to go first again, and I'm actually going to take the Beauty. I want to choose the harder of the two because I think I could easily argue Frozen. So I'm going to take Beauty and the Beast. I'm going to try to challenge myself a little bit here with this one.
I applaud somebody who takes the difficult path, not because the difficult path has to be difficult, but because they like the challenge. So I appreciate that.
I do like
All right,
the challenge.
let me get the timer on the board here. All right, 1 minute is on the clock, starting in 3, 2, 1. This is Beauty and the Beast.
I'm a sucker for traditional theater. I grew up in the theater. I grew up in the shadow of the Great White Way over in New York. Call me a sucker for something that's old and something nostalgic. There's just something about a staged version of a show and a live staged version of a show that pulls at my heartstrings. Frozen is a really fun and it's a really great show, but it relies a little too heavily on the film to be considered a live performance or a true live performance. The storytellers do a great job, but it's nothing like the singing and the dancing and the live performances that you're getting from Beauty and the Beast. We're also talking about one of the greatest soundtracks in all of Disney history. Beauty and the Beast was right in the middle of the Renaissance and the Disney Renaissance, bringing back Disney animation. It is truly a tale as old as time, and no matter how many times you see it, you still get emotional over the fan favorites and the songs that we all grew up with and now our children are coming to love and appreciate in a whole new generation.
Tale as old as time. If you win this, can we get a little of that flavor?
If I win this round, well,
no, hang on, that'll bias it. Yeah,
I was just gonna say, I feel like it's bribery at this point.
Yeah, because then that would get you there. Okay, fair
no
enough,
matter
fair
what,
enough.
no matter what, I will give you guys a little
taste. All right, perfect.
Yes, a little Luther.
All right.
Are you ready?
Listen, Frozen is great. It is timeless. It's also one of the best-selling of all of the IP that they've ever had. So much so that they had to destroy an entire ride, Snow White's Scary Adventures, just to make a meet and greet for those two lasses. Because Anna and Elsa can draw a crowd. They pack that thing, and they have way more shows than the Beauty and the Beast ever will have. Plus, the historians of Arendelle are quite possibly the funniest cast members on property, with a lot of leniency. I have never seen the same show. There is a lot of improv, which makes it replayability. There's not a lot of replayability with a buggy-eyed pot running around and some wheelie-looking cup. And also, can anybody tell me why the Beast is just roaring at nothing? And talk about a truncated timetable. What do they fall in love in 4 seconds? I need a little bit more romance than that.
Dude, it's nice job. Nice job. Roar. He's just roaring everywhere. Look, he's on a caffeine withdrawal.
I am dead. No, dude, that wasn't even coffee. That was soup, dude. It was just a little something to for some reason I'm like a weirdo. I drink broth. Like it's like a nostalgic thing I used to do when I was a kid. It's like very comforting. So I just needed a little something warm. It's too late for coffee, man. What are you, insane person? Be up forever.
There's simply something there that wasn't there before. Right? All right, so I got my 30-second rebuttal.
Yep, let me get it up on the clock. All right. 30 seconds on the clock. You got 3, 2, 1. Beauty and the Beast rebuttal.
All right, so while you're right that the storytellers do have some of the best jobs over in all of Disney parks, again, they are only a portion of a show that's relying heavily on the film itself. If I wanted to watch Frozen, I would just go back in and watch Frozen. And we've all had that experience too, where let's just say it's late in the afternoon and sometimes there is a storyteller or two that will mail it in. If it doesn't slap, then the show can just fall flat. I don't know. It's hard to come after because I do love it so much.
Terrible.
Sorry, man.
3, 2, 1. All right, ready? I feel like I could just rebuke the whole entire having a good historian thing with just saying Marc Daniel.
Yes,
Have you ever
he's
seen
great.
Marc Daniel? Because you'll never see him over at Beauty and the Beast. Nope. He only does face characters now, and he's tremendous. He's unbelievable. Super talented. Very funny. And also, do you guys get fake snow over there? Is there any fake snow over there? No, you just have a log and a dude who screams at everything. By the way, I would have picked Beauty and the Beast personally. I prefer that show over Frozen. But yeah, Marc Daniel does do Frozen. Jackie, you got to catch him on. It's a total luck box on whether he's doing it. But I've seen him on a live. Brandy had him on a stream, and I was freaking out. And it was a late stream. It was either the 6 or no, it was either the 7 or 8 o'clock show, something like that.
Yeah, Marc will rotate,
or 8:30 show.
And Marc will rotate with Indiana Jones. He also gets over to Galaxy's Edge and does a lightsaber build over at Savi's.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
that's serious? Dude,
yeah.
That is okay. All right. Well, I know somebody who knows him that I'll try to. If I build a lightsaber, now that I know that that's even a possibility, I gotta get on that schedule.
Now, but
I don't want to build one now.
Yeah, but there's aren't there two different places that are taking different times for the build? So it's not like one room, isn't it two?
No. But I feel
one?
like if I'm polite enough and I'm nice enough, I could somehow figure this out. Because Marc Daniel is the dude, and Star Wars
I want him
dudette.
to be. I want him to be the builder for me. Like it's a bucket list item for me. All right, guys, let's vote.
So let's get our poll in. Let's get our poll while we do our banter. So this time, remember, we're going to switch it up. Marc spoke first. So Beauty and the Beast is going to be Smile, and Frozen Sing-Along is going to be Sad. So Beauty and the Beast for a smile, or Sad for Frozen. So I've never done Savi's, but something really bums me out about Savi's. And it's... I without spoilers, I've heard that it's very light side focused, which I am more dark side Sith focused. I would love for them to design, if they do have 2 rooms, why don't we have a light and a dark, and you just put in your preference? And I know that's challenging, but there should, or at least in there, maybe interject 2 different types of Force users, so that you still get both elements in both rooms, like it's the same exact show. Do you know? Oh, this is
it's a nail biter. They should have an acolyte room. They should have a Sith acolyte room. I did build a Sith hilt when I went, My daughter built a Jedi hilt, and I did feel a little disappointed that I didn't get. There you go. You eked it out.
Ah, the dude took it. The dude took it down with one.
You
Wow.
eked it.
Whoever that was, hang on. I gotta look. There was a swing vote. Somebody was waiting. Brandon. Thank you, Brandon, for saving my life. And Not, and Andrew, and Spooks, and Dave. Wow. I got 5 last second. Like,
Yeah.
literally, I was like hiding behind Tucker because it was so close. Wow.
All right,
All right,
you
sorry.
were up.
What were you saying? I was too excited. I'm
You're
sorry.
up
What
2
were-
to 1. No,
I
I
know,
just
but what you? I wanted to hear your opinion.
I did feel like there wasn't a lot of representation. Here I'm like the only person in the room with a Sith hilt, and it was like womp 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 womp.
Yeah, like that's so lame. Like, I only want to build Sith lightsabers. That's a personal preference. But if I'm doing that in a Jedi world, I don't. Unless I'm like undercover, it's really kind of lame.
Yeah, I used to want to be a Jedi, and then I think at like 35, I realized I was a Sith, man.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not a Jedi. I'm definitely not a Jedi. I'm a Sith.
Dude, get this. You want some breaking news?
Breaking news from Kirk.
This just in. The Halcyon has backstory that includes not only a young Anakin Skywalker pre Darth Vader, but it also includes one Asajj Ventress on the Halcyon Star Cruiser. So I didn't read the comics. There are 2 books out right now, but there's another Halcyon Galactic Star Cruiser, if you don't know what I'm talking about. Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel comic books out, and the very first issue has a battle between Anakin Skywalker. This is canon, too. Anakin Skywalker and Asajj Ventress, and it happens on the Halcyon, and they have lightsaber scars that are on the hallway, and I have video of them for sure, but I had no idea that that was an Asajj and Anakin battle on the Halcyon, which makes me freak out even more of how
Dude,
much
that's
I absolutely
bonkers.
love. Dude, we have a comic book store that's not that far
Okay.
away. It's like maybe 15 minutes. And I'm going to totally go in there tomorrow and be like, excuse me, do you have the Halcyon issues 1 through 3? Because dude, so cool. And there's a book coming out. There's a Halcyon book coming out in August, which I am also freaking out about, which tells the story of Han and Leia on the ship during their honeymoon period, and maybe some turbulent times as well. Some celebrations, but maybe some conflict.
Little rocky road.
Yeah.
All right, I am losing. I am down 2 to 1, and you are going first. And it's a food category, so I'm really nervous right here. Which is better? This is from Christina. Which is better, 50s primetime cafe or sci-fi drive-in?
So
And you're choosing first.
So this is one where I actually am gonna pick the fan. Well, you know what? I don't know. I feel like there's probably there might be 2 paths diverging in a yellow wood here. I feel there's probably big fans of both. Although, yeah, I'm gonna take sci-fi though,
Okay.
because I just personally really love sci-fi. Kristen knows what's up. I already got one. Sorry, dude. I already know I got one vote.
Okay.
All right. 1 minute on the clock. I'm picking sci-fi. Mark is going to be doing 50s prime time. 3, 2, 1. This is the hardest ADR on the planet to get. The only other one that's harder to get is Cinderella's Royal Table. And that's not coming from me. That's coming from a conversation with tour guide Barbie, who literally does this for a living and helps people get ADRs. It is next to impossible. Why is it next to impossible? Because it is completely immersive. There are very few locations where you can eat and go back in time. Here we're traveling to the 1950s. It's outside, and you sit in a 50s convertible car watching awesome old school sci-fi monster and horror movies. Kids love it. It is timeless. Everyone enjoys watching those. And then the old school ads, it's hysterical. Let's talk about the food for a second. Some of the best burgers on property. There's something for everyone. Kids have chicken fingers, fries, all the things that they would enjoy, including a milkshake. And then for mom and dad, a little adult milkshake. But everybody gets to wind down while the kids drive the car at the drive-in.
Nice job, man. Well, great use of time right up to the very end. Nice. Very nice.
All right, you ready, Piscetti?
I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, 50s prime time.
Okay, you can go back in time at 50s prime time as well. I mean, it's right there in the name. And here's the thing, you can get a reservation for 50s prime time. Why would you pull your hair out to go and sit in a movie theater and have a very hushed dinner while you're watching a movie when you can have a raucous, rowdy, great time with your aunties and uncles over at the Primetime Cafe? You want to talk about amazing food? Fried chicken, meatloaf, chicken soup, chicken noodle soup. Oh yeah, and the PB&J milkshake are absolutely off the hook. The kids are going to love it there. You're going to laugh. You're going to love being in the nostalgic feel of Grandma's kitchen. Oh yeah, and guess what? Elbows off the table. Are you a member of the Clean Plate Club? If you're not, you have to go over to 50's Primetime Cafe because it's doing some of the best themed dining in all of Walt Disney World, not just in Hollywood Studios, and you can get in. I yield.
Very respectable.
All right, all right.
Great points, great points. Very good points.
Rebuttal.
It's so hard for me not to like just want to help your argument. all right. 3, 2, 1, rebuttal. You mean PB and no J milkshake. Last time I got that, the only thing I got was a muted peanut butter at best. I want to taste peanut butter. I want to taste jelly. It's super overrated. If I want a good milkshake, I go to the Sci-Fi, which will give me a thick, frosty, either vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry, actual flavors that you can actually taste. And yeah, raucous maybe, what? Like actually in the 50s? Because that place hasn't been raucous. It's so watered down now. It's just people serving you food.
All right, you ready for me?
Yeah, I am.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
1. All right, not only is it back, 50's Primetime Cafe is off the hook fun. I ate there twice during my last stay. Once on my birthday. It was the place that I wanted to go more than anything else on my birthday. And then I had so much fun, I went back a second time with Greg and Holly from the Disney Fanatics. The jokes are back. The snark is back. All of it is in its purest form. It is not just a place that you're dining. It is a full-on show. And again, it is a great place to dine and be entertained. Yes, Gary.
You're lucky. You're lucky. I'm a gentleman.
I went over by a second.
I would have just dumped you off this stream.
Boom. Well, 9 times out of 10, I can yeet myself. I know how to yeet myself. I haven't touched the comments. Sorry, everybody. I can't scroll up because I always yeet myself from the show.
That is very true. It is. I am like wired on the comments. Otherwise, they scroll too quick. Okay. So here I went first, right?
You're first. Yep.
Okay,
Smile
so
is sci-fi.
Sci-fi. And remember, this is about the debate, not your actual experience or how you feel about the restaurant. This is just about the argument here. Do you think Sci-Fi won the argument, or do you think that 50's primetime? So Sci-Fi smiles, primetime sad. Sci-Fi smiles, primetime sad. Have at it. But speaking of which, if you didn't know, the Clean Plate Club still is doing stickers. So if you eat your plate completely clean at prime time, they still give out stickers, which is really cute. Like
Yes,
I
they
like
do.
that we still have Galactic Hero stickers. If you didn't know that too, although some cast members are very particular and they want to actually see proof, they want to see your score. Like, did you take a picture of your 999,999 points? But in the gift shop, if you didn't know, if you do score Galactic Hero, you can go into the gift shop to the left in the exit in Tomorrowland, and they will give you a free I'm a Galactic Hero sticker, which is a little fun nicety. Another nail biter. I like it.
Yeah, and on my TikTok, I actually posted a video. They've resumed the induction ceremony into the Galactic Hero Club. If you get the right CM, they make you hold up your hand. You have to repeat after them to defend the galaxy against Zurg. A lot of fun.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Did you see that?
It was a tie.
18-18. That is, dude, give me a pound on that, brother. Like, when you can just connect and be a perfect tie, like, that means that we hit. To me, that's like a real win,
Okay, so
when both of us argue well enough.
Here's what this means right then. Then the last round is worth 2 points, and it's a winner-take-all in the last round. because no one got awarded. No one got awarded that. So the point is push. It's like it's pushing to the next round. It's just making that final round is now worth 2. It's a winner take all round.
I'm gonna throw up because you get to go first.
All right. Well, here's the beautiful thing, and I chose this as the 5th and final for a reason. It really doesn't matter in this round who goes first. There is no advantage because the last question is the Rock and Roller Coaster re-theme. Who would you choose as the act to replace Aerosmith? And there's no clear distinct advantage with all of the bands that are out there and all of the musical acts. There is no advantage to going first or last with this one. See how I was fair. I was like, yep, I love this last one. Because there's no advantage. There's no, I have to debate this one. It's very open-ended. And you can just formulate your best chat or your best debate on the last one.
Well, you tell me when you're ready, cuz.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Who's your pick?
Okay, so here's the thing. What did we learn from Turning Red? People love boy bands. It's a genre, it's a vibe, it's everything. For this generation, we didn't grow up on Aerosmith. That was our parents' generation. We grew up on the Backstreet Boys, on NSYNC, on O-Town, on the New Kids on the Block. So I feel like we should make it an ode to boy bands. And it really depends on what boy band you think is the best. But I'm going to go with the Orlando Originals. I'm going to go with the Backstreet Boys. And I want to see the Backstreet Boys take over the Rock and Roller Coaster. I think that their catalog would be so much fun. I would love to see that nostalgia and that energy make a comeback. And how fun would it be to sing along to the Backstreet Boys and to some of the best boy band music of the last 30 years. Backstreet Boys, Backstreet's back. All right.
By the way, that is, I like where your head's at, but can I just say this is a ludicrous choice?
Ludicrous speed, now.
Okay, all right, hang on. I just yeeted myself out of this.
Thank you.
3, 2, 1. I've actually had this debate many times in my head, and I don't think an actual real band is the answer here, because you're going to run up against the same issue they're running up against with Aerosmith. There's going to be contractual issues, and they're actual real-life people who can make uncontrollable decisions that now reflect poorly on the company. I think a safer, but albeit so much more fun choice is Powerline, a fictional band that everyone loves, the Goofy movie, just banger songs in that whole entire album of the Goofy movie. And I think it would be an easy re-theme. It would be easy controllable IP. They could also then do some shorts or some other animation that they could monetize against, which they would control and not have to worry about what some band elects or does not elect to do. And I just think people would enjoy seeing a Goofy attraction, which we don't get one. And I want it that way.
Oh my goodness, dude! All right, I'm ready.
Oh, I do like. Hang on. Before this, and this has nothing to do with any of our decisions here, but Ellie's does have a really great suggestion. She said the Electric Mayhem, which I think is a really solid choice for if they were going to do another IP selected decision. So, all right, you go. Oh, I'm on 1 minute still. I got to go to 30 seconds. 30 seconds on the clock. Starting it off in 3, 2, 1.
You are my fire, the one desire. Believe when I say I want it that way. Listen, it's iconic for a reason. He just made my argument. He put it in my head. He gave me that earworm. It's not even a debate here. The catalog of Backstreet Boys is just great music. I need it in my life.
This is the most ridiculous thing in the world.
It really was ridiculous. It was such a ridiculous rebuttal.
And time out. Can I also put this out there? Do not vote for Marc because he's an amazing singer.
Don't vote for me.
Look like a clown.
Don't
honestly,
vote for me. Yeah,
I would vote for him because he is amazing. But Tell me why. I'll tell you why. It's because it's better music that's iconoclastic. And, you know, not everybody grew up with your music, Mark. I understand that you love it, but that's why Aerosmith aged out. The same thing would happen with Backstreet Boys. We need something that is timeless. Goofy is underrepresented in attractions. You know how many he has? This many. Which
Zero,
Mickey and Minnie
yeah.
didn't even have one until just this year. So let's give Goofy his attraction
Well,
he deserves.
Doesn't he have the Barnstormer?
Nah, not really. Do you count that? I mean, it's a great Goofini. It counts, but stop talking about this during the argument because that was a great rebuttal.
But wait, fact check. Goofy
You're
technically
correct.
has the
You're correct.
Barnstormer.
That
And
is
I think
true.
there is a Goofy themed roller coaster over in Disneyland too, if I'm not mistaken, or there was.
Oh, you know what? They have, what is that one called? That's
Well, let's banter-
Goofy
Yeah.
Sky School. So,
Put-
all right,
put the vote
Mark got to go first, so we're going to do Backstreet Boys or Smiles, and Powerline is going to be Sad. So Backstreet Boys, Smiles, Powerline is going to be Sad. You're correct.
Tell
It's
me why.
Goofy's Sky School and Barnstormer. But all right, ready?
Correct.
I would make this argument. I would make the argument that those two attractions are just re-themes of carnival or boardwalk attractions. They are
Yep.
a wild mouse or a really tiny coaster. There's nothing really, I mean, yeah, great Goofini, but how many people have seen that IP? It's not,
over.
And the Sky School, he had one short where he was flying around not so great and smashed into everything. So like something that would, because that also has a feel-good moment where it brings families together, right? Like where like they're crying and hi dad soup, like all that stuff is just, I don't know. It's more emotionally charged than the Backstreet Boys. Like they don't even belong in the parks. Sorry.
No problem, man. So for the second straight week, Kirk is the winner of Tiki Room Radio and the Great Debate. Nice job, Kirk. You are on a roll.
you.
You're developing a streak here.
Well, as
I'm
they
gonna-
say, the boss is on a roll.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you this, though. I fully believe in your argument. I didn't know if we were allowed to go that route. I should have got a clarification before we started the debate to see if that was an option. I took it a more traditional approach, but I completely and totally agree. You should win that. If I have to really truly pick, it's got to be Powerline. Like there's no choice there. It's got to be Powerline.
So, I've heard rumors, and none of this is substantiated, but a lot of people are throwing out either that they've been pitched or that they would like to see this happen. So maybe I think it's more of the latter than the former of Queen. I've heard Queen quite a bit in the conversation of being a band that they would like to see in Aerosmith. I think they missed the Queen boat if they were going to do it because they just had that film come out. It would have been a much better charged environment. But I don't even know, where are we at in the, because I always heard the contract year was 20 years. Where are we at on Aerosmith?
So it's officially up. Universal Studios, it is currently in limbo. They do not have a contract right now. I don't know if they reached some kind of backroom, like short-term deal with them.
They're paying like
They're
month
paying.
to month right now. Do you know what I mean?
They're paying. I don't foresee them doing that far into the future, especially for something that they can easily control. There's an IP that can go in there. If I had to guess, I would say within the next 2 or 3 years, you're probably going to see something else get retrofitted into that ride very easily. And like you said, it's just a pre-show. It's getting a Powerline pre-show. It's putting in a few small things and theming over in the area, in the load area, and then it's loading up music and putting a few like iridescent things along the ride that just remind you of the Goofy movie. You don't have to do a lot to cheaply overhaul the ride.
You can't do it. I mean, you can color it and you could change the look of it, but the dynamics of the coaster, I think, would be too challenging to change the ride vehicles. But I would love to see them go into that like station wagon look versus the stretch limousine look, just to make it more authentic with like the road trip. And then I would want, if you look at the inside of it, all it is wooden frame structures with blacklight paint, which could easily be changed out for Goofy type stuff. So like it's not hard. and the music is there. The music is there, and it is timeless. And like, could you imagine the amount of goofy stuff they could sell merch-wise in that gift shop?
It would be amazing.
I mean, they already sell really well with like Powerline World Tours. That it could be Powerline's World Tour. I don't know. It's just, and I think Jackie had mentioned that she had talked about this before. I've had this conversation with people for years because it just is one of those things where it just logically makes sense. And I'm not a big crazy fan of Aerosmith, like their music or whatever. It's a great attraction. I enjoy it. But like I could take it or leave it. So rather than be like polarizing on, like if you hated boy bands, just for your argument's sake,
Yeah.
you like that might really make you go, you know what, I don't want to go on that. Where their Powerline, you're going to just say, I don't like the Goofy movie. That's also fair, but I think you're going to get a lot more people on board with that who are Disney Parks fans and Disney IP fans than an outside contractor. Because, I mean, I think Queen is large enough and could do that, but I hope they don't do it just another band. That's so lame.
Hit the nail right on the head when you said 20 years from now or whatever the contract is, they're going to be in the same spot if they come up with a contract with a third party or a musical group, that it's going to run out. And then it makes so much more sense for them to have a property or an intellectual property that they control in perpetuity, that they're not going to have to renegotiate, and they're in the driver's seat with that. But dude, this was a lot of fun. Congratulations to you again.
Thank you.
So let's throw this out to the Discord community. Discord and Tiki Room Radio over in Discord. Let's queue up and let's fire up some stuff for Animal Kingdom next week. Give us some this or that's from Animal Kingdom. You guys did an amazing job. Thank you so much for suggesting the debate topics for this week. You guys killed it. Kirk took it home again. He is 2 for 2 here in Tiki Room Radio. We have Tiki Room Radio just got remixed, and it's actually over at DizLifePodcast.com. Volume 1 were just interviews, and then obviously moving forward, the RSS feed's going to be Kirk and I, and we're going to have debate topics, and episodes will be maybe just little specific debate topics from these episodes that we're going to remix into small, consumable bits of podcasts that you can re-upload and re-download. But thank you so much for joining us here live. Kirk, anything else we need to say to the people before we sign off for the night?
Yeah, so this also is going to live and breathe for anybody that does miss this. It'll always be archived on YouTube as well. And Mark, I was just, as a suggestion, you should, when I send you over the video of this, like you should definitely scoop snippets and just dump that onto DizLife Mark or onto DizLife's spot, because that would be awesome. Yeah,
what we're gonna do is I'm gonna scoop the audio. And Tiki Room Radio used to live over on a separate RSS feed on Buzzsprout. So we're going to have Tiki Room Thursday, and there's going to be snippets from these episodes that are going to get repurposed and repackaged as audio clips that are like maybe 10 or 15 minutes in length. And the whole point of Tiki Room Radio versus DizLife Podcast, which runs about an hour, Tiki Room Radio was meant to be very small, consumable audio bits of information that people could binge and consume in 10 minutes. These little debate topics are going to be perfect for that format. So
yeah,
we're going to
they're like 6 to 10 minutes each one.
Yep.
That's perfect.
And we're going to repurpose them, and it's going to be you and I over on that RSS feed, and those are going to get dropped. This week, I did a remix of the first group of Tiki Room interviews. There were like 8. They're all there. They just got uploaded today. You can check out the old Volume 1 of Tiki Room Radio, and then moving forward, Kirk and I are going to be here every single Thursday debating Disney, hanging out, and just having a good old time trying to see who comes out on top. And you're killing me right now, man.
I'm just really excited that one, you wanted to do this, because I've been jawing your ear off for a while to go, why don't you have a radio show on TikTok? And here we are, living it. We're living and breathing it.
Living our best Disney lives over here on TikTok. Dude, I appreciate you. Thank you again. Before we sign off, thank you again, as always, to the Pocket fam. Thank you to everyone who tuned in to Tiki Room Radio for the first time. Don't forget, give this guy a follow over here on TikTok. Always appreciated when you follow Uncle Mark. Never expected. But we are hopefully putting out some really great and positive and uplifting Disney content. And hopefully that's why you join us every single week. Dude, thank you as always for joining us. And until next week, farewell and aloha to you.
Hi ho, hi ho. All right, hang on. How does this go out of multi-guest? All right, just as an aside for everybody who's still hanging in here because he dipped out. Tomorrow, gonna go live from either Busch Gardens or from Zoo Tampa. I'm gonna put it up as a poll in the Discord. So if you are not a part of the Discord group, no big deal. It's a completely free chat room. You can learn the best hacks, snacks, and fun facts around Walt Disney World, be more efficient, have a lot of fun, continue the conversation when we're not doing lives, which is the whole reason why that community exists. How do you find it? Just go to my profile page or go to walruscarp.com/links. That's the link that is in my bio. And the second button is for the Discord. So I will create Jackie clearly has a vote in, but it's gonna happen and live and breathe. I'll put it in under either social media or announcements, probably under announcements. That's a better spot for it. And I'll do an at everyone when I get off of this. Seems like a lot of zoo, so please move it over to the Discord and vote for the zoo. I do. I live over in Pinellas County, so I'm close to Zoo Tampa as well as close to, what's the other one? Busch Gardens. So, all right, guys, thank you so much, and y'all have a great, great evening. See you on Discord.